Hello, 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 everyone. What is going on? James here, and MollyBoy is back. The Declan. He was here ages and ages ago, but the podcast was a lot more low quality. It was just a blank pic and like nothing going on. It was just like dead arse, pretty much. But I mean, you know, you live and you learn, and the pod's got a bit better, and it's been forever, really. But yeah. So have you like made much music progress since then? Would you say?
Oh yeah, definitely. When did we do the last one? It was like a year ago, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like 9 or 10 months or a bit longer.
Oh, 100% then. I mean, since then, I've done 2 music videos. Well, I've got 3
Yeah,
actually, but one of them's unreleased. Um, I put out an album. I did
yeah,
like a remix album, and then I've got another one on the way. So yeah,
pretty
you could
sick.
say that.
I mean, the one music video, there was some legendary shit in that one. Like the shot of you, well, it's the thumbnail, like the shot of you in the car looking at the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
The drone shot was really sick.
That was
The
my idea. That
locations,
was the car one.
yeah. Um, the locations were really good too, to be fair. And the second one, like I know I've said to you before, it was practical, but obviously it wasn't really as
Yeah, it
good.
wasn't
But
up to.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the same as the first one, but you know, we
But
moved.
it was still really practical for what it was. Though it was still pretty sick.
Mm, I appreciate
So you
that.
know, with like making songs into music videos, do you have specific ones that you want to make into music videos, or is it just sort of like random? Or
Uh, wow. Before it was random, because to be fair, I didn't know what songs were going to do well. I just got lucky at the
yeah,
fact that Lolly is the second most streamed song, and obviously that's got one of the music videos. But I think from this point on, any of the songs that do well are going to get a music video.
good shit, man. Are they all going to be like similar, like sort of? Are you ever going to do like story ones out of interest? Like you know how some of them music videos, like I don't know. I know it's a weird one off the
I know
top
what
of
you
my head, but
mean.
like Thriller's got a storyline. You know, Michael
Yeah, yeah,
Jackson
yeah,
turning into a werewolf, and
yeah. We did talk about doing that. Somebody, the person that was doing my videos, we spoke about doing some of that, but obviously now I've moved away. It's a bit harder. But yeah, I would do a storyline one.
yeah. I guess that is the disadvantage of moving away from like the city life, being near Birmingham. Like, I
Yeah.
bet it's literally in South Devon. It's like mad difficult to get any contacts for any of that sort of stuff.
Well, yeah, I barely know anybody at the minute, so
Yeah,
you know.
but while in Birmingham or like big cities, there's just loads of people trying to do all sorts of
There's a
crazy
lot,
shit and whatever.
yeah. There's a lot better locations as well in Birmingham. Like obviously, it's got like the
Yeah,
big like the beaches and stuff, but obviously Birmingham's nitty gritty, and it's like
hmm
the hood. So
yeah. It gives off that the type of music you're trying to make. It gives off that vibe. Well, if you just
yeah, yeah,
filmed everything at a beach or really nice towns, it'd
yeah.
be a bit strange. It wouldn't
In a
really.
town
You'd
where
have
there's
to.
like old people everywhere,
Yeah, yeah. I
it'd be
mean,
difficult.
it'd be cool if you could somehow make it work though. That'd be something.
Mm.
That'd be something to see.
I mean, I
But I
have got
mean,
plans of like, because not all my songs are going to be like aggressive or whatever.
yeah.
I have got some like more poppy songs that I want to do. So obviously, if I did a music video to them, then it would fit this area.
hmm I mean, I'm trying to think if there's been many people who've been able to like do one genre for ages and then just pull something else off different. I know you said about like poppy music and all that and that jazz.
Mm.
You know, oh yeah, no, I was having this discussion with this music geezer I know, and I was asking him, right, I was like, has every good song just been done on weed and whatever? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, how do you know that though? So like, do you do any weed to come with your shit or?
No, I don't smoke.
Oh, okay, good shit. I
So
just wondered, man.
yeah,
But how do you come up
all
with it then?
my
Because
go on.
I was going to say, how do you come up with it? Because he's like, he just keeps telling me, if you want to come up with some good shit, you need to smoke some weed or something. But it's like, surely, I don't know.
Literally, you know what it is for me? I'll any spare time that I've got, I'll come in. Like this is my studio, so I'll come in here, um, and I'll sit here and I'll find like whatever beats I like, and I'll get the software on, and like you can hear it, you can hear yourself through the headphones, and I'll
hmm
just obviously I won't have any words in my head yet, so I'll just like mumble or like what's the word? What's the word? My bad. I just thought, am I allowed to swear or no?
Yeah, go for it. Apart from, I prefer people not start dropping the C bomb or anything too
Yeah,
awful.
that's
But
fine.
yeah,
But like, I'll just mumble like a flow or whatever, and then I'll
yeah,
record it, and then I'll try and think of words that'll fit in with it. I can probably make a song in an hour, 2 hours. It depends. If I really work on it, it takes me a couple of days. But
yeah. That's pretty cool. So you know, like with coming up with stuff, do you like come up with stuff that about like I don't know, bad or good things that have happened in the past, or is it just sort of something in the moment that's like, oh, I've just come up with this. This sounds sick. Get it on the paper or on the keyboard and start making shit.
I mean, sometimes I'll mention things that have happened. Sometimes I'll keep it on a sly way. It's like you really have to think about it, and then you're like, oh shit, that's actually what he's talking about. But then other times
Yeah,
I'm just having fun. I just say anything.
that's good. Because I know I've said it to you like in private, but right, this one music geezer, I'm not going to mention who it is, but I've told you it is, and he was going on about how he was saying like, oh, every album needs to have a story. If there's no story, there's no point. And I thought to myself like, Morning Glory doesn't have a story.
Yeah.
Eminem Curtain Call the Hits doesn't have a story. Prince's Purple Rain doesn't really. You can say the individual songs have certain stories, but like the whole album doesn't have a story. Bloody Noel Gallagher going on, it's getting better people or whatever, and then to Morning Glory, it's like that has nothing to. That isn't a story. That's not cohesive. That they're totally different bangers. So what do you think of that?
You definitely, like I agree. It doesn't need to be a storyline to an album. I mean, certain songs are going to be about certain things, but I think that definitely where you place the songs in the album will have an effect on whether the album does good or not. Because if you're putting like the best songs at the end, people aren't going to listen all the way through the album to find the best songs. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, about the story thing now. Just make an album about anything you want.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was just thinking about Curtain Call the Hits, and I swear the first song on there Fack. I mean, you just turn it off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it might be. I've heard that.
Oh no, I think there's like a 30-second intro one first, and then it goes on to Fack, and I think, I'm sorry, like if you've never listened to like Eminem before, and everyone's saying this is the best album, and you listen to it in order, and you just hear him going on about how he's going to come. I mean, you just switch the shit off straight away.
Yeah.
But maybe you just think, man, this bloke is so out there. Let's just keep listening to the lad.
I used to like old Eminem. I'm not really a big fan anymore.
Yeah, I mean, from like 1999 to 2003 was his best stuff. Yeah. 2004, Just Lose It was quite funny. And 2005 had When I'm Gone and but you're acting like you don't know. But then he just went to rehab for 4 years, and then he came back, and
then, like relapse and everything. It was just not the one.
Yeah, because he came back and just farted around with things like "We Made You" and "Cracking a Bottle," and there was another weird song that I used to listen to. It was really, really odd that he did, but I just can't remember it. Then he came back with like "Not Afraid," and all them songs, and "Love the Way You Lie," and he was trying to act so serious. Then he fucked off for a few years, then came back and was like, "Oh, I'm the old me again," but he wasn't. And then he came in 2017, and I just didn't give a shit by then. It just seems like he gets so annoyed that people keep saying, "Oh, we want the old you back," like, and he's like, "Oh, well," and he gets annoyed. And it's like, you shouldn't get annoyed. You should just be like, "Well, I'm the new me now. At the end of the day, I'm not that same guy who's scraping and scrapping for money. I'm minting now." I mean, I swear he sold all his bricks for like $300 each. Well, $300 each, every single brick of his house.
Really? So I think I've heard that.
Yeah. So he's next level well off. What I think that is kind of worrying though, really, because Eminem in 1999, if that Eminem who sold all the bricks went back in time and said, "Oh yeah, I just sold all the bricks to your house in the future," he'd probably tend to shut the fuck up and get a life. He'd be like, "Why are you selling all the bricks of your house when you minted, you greedy bastard?"
One thing that winds me up about Eminem as well, and this is just my opinion, the fact that he's so judgmental to nowadays rappers and the music that's out nowadays. But then I noticed he put an album out, and he's got a lot of people that are around now. So like Don Toliver and stuff. I don't know if you're gonna know who Don Toliver is. And like Juice WRLD. You know Juice WRLD?
No, sadly not.
You don't know Juice WRLD?
No. I'm casual when it comes to rap now.
he's got a song with Juice WRLD, but like I remember before him taking the piss out of all the new school rappers, but you know, it is what it is. I can't complain. I mean, who am I compared to Eminem?
I mean, the thing is, right? It's all well and good him doing that as long as he can take it back. And it seems like from some shit that I've watched occasionally, he cannot handle any sort of criticism at all.
Yeah.
But I suppose when you went through a period, not you, but I mean, like if him, right? He went through a period of everyone sucking him off and acting like he's the best thing since sliced bread. And then suddenly him being in rehab and no one giving a shit about him. And then, so to go from that to that, it's like, I don't watch Love Island, but it's like the people on Love Island who get sucked in by TV and everyone's licking their arse saying they're the best thing ever. And then no one gives a shit about them as soon as they're gone. And then they end up depressed or, you know, some of them sadly top themselves. I'm not saying just because they lost the fame is the only reason, but it's just sort of like, I don't know. I feel like when fame happens so quick, and I feel like a lot of people just don't know what they're getting into. They need to think, am I passionate about the shit that I'm doing? Do I really want do I want all the pressures of fame? Am I that passionate that I want all the pressures of fame? And if the answer is yes, then yeah, you go for it. But if you're unsure, probably best not.
A lot of reality TV now, don't it?
Yeah.
People get the 5 seconds and then that's it.
Yeah. I mean, you get it with really, really big YouTubers. I mean, Joe Weller was saying once, I can't remember what video it was. Oh, it was on Theo Baker's Happy Hour. And he was like, you know, I made a good video and everyone was like, good video, good video. But then I think about doing another internet mouse because it got so many more views and I'm thinking about the higher the view. And it's like, mate, you're minted. Who gives a shit about views at this point? You know, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's so like... It's just a statistic. It's like It's like getting 50 kills in Call of Duty and being like, yes, I'm the best fucking thing since sliced bread. But in reality, like, it's just a number. Like, chill out, man. You know, it's about the quality of it at the end of the day. You know.
Well, what would, like, say for example, your channel blew up or whatever, this podcast. Yeah. What would you be happy with? Like, if you could get to one amount of subscribers and never go past it, what would you be happy with reaching?
This is going to go totally back on what I just said.
You're going to say millions, isn't it?
Yeah, 120 million.
120 million?
Yeah, I want to be the number one.
I mean, that's what go home.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, one of my mates said to me once, he said, I'm a realist. Like, I know this channel's never going to get that big. We'll probably hit, like, maybe, I don't know, 500 subs eventually. If I'm being absolute, if someone pointed a gun and said, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen, James? You have to try and predict the future, right? I'd say I'm going to do my best to like get loads of subs and get loads of views and whatever, but we're probably only going to get like what, 400, 500, 600, 700, 1,000, 2,000 subs. That's what I think anyway. But I'd be happy with 120 million. And I was going to say, one of my friends was like babbling on to me saying, not babbling on, he said, success isn't really the best thing in the world because it's like Kurt Cobain when he shot himself. Well, a bit before he shot himself, he was like, I saw the best guitar in the guitar shop. I wanted that since day one. I wanted that so badly. And then now I can buy the whole store up. You know, I've got all the money. What's the point? So you should always make your goal unachievable. I'm never going to get to 120 million subs, but I'm going to try, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, I read this thing before, and it was like, if your goal is like, let's say 100k, once you get there, what's the point?
Yeah.
So keep going. And like the law of attraction as well. Like you're saying, you don't think you'll get past 500, but if you really believe you'll only hit 500, then you only will hit 500. But if you really believe, you're going to hit 1 million, you'll put in that work to hit.
Yeah. But the thing is, all I'll say to that, right? I was thinking, don't think I'm a lunatic, even though I'm a bit of a loon. When I first started the ALP podcast, I thought to myself, when me and Aaron started it, I thought we're gonna get to 10k eventually. I'm gonna network with all these people, get people on, blah 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 blah. I had that mentality for probably nearly a year. Then after that year, I thought to myself, let's just focus on quality. And since I've sort of been more realistic and focused on quality, the content's been better, and that's all that really matters to me. But I suppose, I guess if I do only think I'll get to 500 or 1,000, I'll only get to 1,000. But even, I do get where you're coming from. But what if, right, Aaron made a video, because he's the other dude, he's like the other person on the channel. What if he made a video that got like 100 million views and we got like 500k subs on that? No matter what I believe, he went out there and made that video, didn't he? So, but I get what you mean, yeah. So I suppose, but as I say, I believed I'd get far, but the podcast was a load of shit like back then. So I suppose I should try and be a realist, but be a bit more optimistic, I guess, you know.
Yeah. But I mean,
and George's. Oh,
like,
sorry to cut you off.
So bad. That's right. If you want it so bad, you'll put in the work, won't you? It's like me with this music stuff. Usually I get bored. Like, I'll make a YouTube channel, upload for 2 months, and then I'm bored because nothing's happening. I've been making music for about a year and a half now, and I've probably, I mean, I have done good numbers. Like on TikTok, I've done like 5 mil, but I mean, it's nowhere near as much as I wish it had been. But I want it that bad. I'm not going to stop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a great point, to be honest.
It's so hard.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, roasting man here as well in the West Mids. But thing is, one of my mates, right? He's been on the podcast a shit ton. TGC Liam is his name. Well, his name on the, like, he puts his name tag as TGC, right? And the thing is, he makes good videos. His reviews are like absolutely fucking amazing. But he only gets like, well, his latest video was really good. Like, it's all gaming stuff, so you probably just think it's a bunch of bollocks, to be fair. It's not mainstream. It's not mainstream shit. Like, his latest video was like about Crash Bandicoot. Like, they should make Crash Bandicoot sci-fi game. And it was such a good video. He was just straight to the point. He makes great videos, but he doesn't really get anywhere. But I think individually, his videos deserve way more, you know, views than mine, objectively. But he doesn't upload as often, so it's sort of like swings and roundabouts.
Saying that,
you know,
I made a channel called MollyBoy TV.
Was that the gaming one?
Yeah. And I uploaded, like, I just wanted to upload GTA videos, and I knew, obviously, from back in TikTok days when I was getting these millions of views, that they would come over.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't stick to it, but if you go on it now, there's like 2 more videos. I've got like 2,000 something views, and I didn't share that or nothing. And like,
that's really good going.
About an update on GTA, and I was basically just slagging it off. And I think it's got like 15, 20 dislikes, but it's got like 80 likes, and so many people in the comments were just agreeing. And I think that's what cool. I like.
Thing is, when you complain like against the company, you're always just gonna a gaming company that people love, like Rockstar, because Rockstar have made some absolutely fucking amazing games. I mean, Vice City. I've seen a lot of gameplay. San Andreas, haven't actually played it yet, but everyone loves that. GTA 4. Nah, I want to though. It's on. I've got it on my gaming laptop, but I haven't. I want to complete Vice City first. I know there's no spoilers, but it's like I just want to get through Vice City first. You know.
You know what it is? The graphics. Like, I want to go back and play old games, but now the newer games have better graphics. I can't play old games anymore.
Shit.
Just piss me off.
That is pretty good, man. That is just like,
because Bully as well. You know, Canis Canimedi. I love that game. Well, I used to love it, but then like I tried to replay it, and it's not the same.
When does it go down the shitter for you, graphics wise? Then, because I feel like some games in 2007 had. I mean, look at Half-Life 2 though. That was in 2004, and that was amazing graphics.
Well, what pisses me off about the old GTA games, I can play GTA 4 because I feel like GTA 4 was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
That's just an amazing GTA, probably my favourite one. But with like Vice City and San Andreas, it's like, you know when you crash your car and you can hit it the slightest bit, but then the whole front is dented. I hate that.
Yeah, that is. And as well, how you can like go on a dirt bike and you just bump the wall. I remember there was this one mission, you know, I swear Danny dies in the game, isn't he? Vice City. Yeah, for the Scottish band. And there was this one mission where you have to pick up this hooker you have to get after this dude, and you can't even skip the fucking cutscenes. He just keeps saying, "I've got what you need," and then runs off. And he says it so loud, it's just so annoying. You drive after him. He's a pain in the fucking arse to kill. And then Danny Dyer phones you up and says, "Oh yeah, Tommy, go and get a hooker for the band. Yeah, she's over this band." And you only have 1 minute to get her to him. And if you bump the bike slightly, you and her go flying off. And like 20 seconds is already gone because the fucking AIs are stupid. And that mission is like, oh god.
Did you ever play GTA 4?
Yeah, loads. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I never completed it, sadly. I know what happens in the end.
Wait, there's different endings, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you choose Roman and or
I can't
Kate?
remember what I chose, but I know that the one I did the first time, Roman died.
Oh, so you chose Kate then?
But then on the other time, I made him survive because I used to have like this. You used to be able to buy like, I don't know if you still can. You know the like the books from game, and it tells you like the missions and everything in them.
Mm-hmm.
I brought one of them for GTA 4, and I remember just going through it, completing the game. I was probably like fucking 10 years old, 11 years old.
Oh, sick.
So I did it both ways. I always feel like, though, as well, GTA 4, the storyline was so long because you had 3 islands to unlock as well. And then there's like 61 missions in GTA 5, isn't it? And I feel like that goes so quick, but then in GTA 4, it just seems like forever.
True, yeah, and I feel like most free roam games. I didn't feel this too much with Red Dead 2 because I didn't do, even when I did the side missions, I didn't feel like this. But I feel like with a lot of free roam games, well, I've been playing Jack 2 recently, and that's like quite not free roam like GTA, but fairly free roam. And the thing is, it's sort of like you go to a place, all right, go and do this for me. You do the mission. It isn't really a payoff. Then, all right, go over here. Yeah, go and do this for me. Oh, go and do this. Go and do this. Go and do this. And you sort of just feel like an errand boy for all these characters. Well, and that's that. It doesn't happen loads, but like in GTA 4, when I played it years ago, I sort of felt like the first 50% of it was amazing. Then there was quite a bit of it where it was just dead arse. Go and do this for me, Nico. Go and do this. Go and do this. Go and do this. And then towards the end, it kicked off. But as I said, I didn't fully complete it, sadly. So.
It took me so long to complete it though, because I always used to like unlock the first island and then I just couldn't bother to do it anymore.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I felt bad for Nico though, man. I really wished he could have come back in GTA 5, but obviously his voice actor had a bunch of quarrels with Rockstar because he was like, "Oh, you only paid me 100k to voice act Nico. Well, look at how successful this GTA 4 has done now. It's like it's phenomenal. So why aren't I getting like a back end bonus?" And they're like, "Well, you didn't specify it in the contract." And then he's like, "Oh, well, I fucking deserve the money. You pricks, I played Nico." And they're like, "No." But it wasn't that over exaggerated. But yeah, it was along those lines. And yeah, sad days. He would have been so good in GTA 5. Like as a side character.
Yeah. I think Red Dead Online as well. That's class.
Yeah, I mean, I played it ages ago. And like it was good, right? It was just like a really, it was like a mad grindy game, but it was decent fun with friends. The only issue I had is when Rockstar, I swear they doubled the worth of everything, which sort of forced everyone to buy gold. I can't remember when this was.
Yeah, actually,
but
it's so hard to collect gold. But then, like for example, you can be a hunter in it, but then obviously, like you need to pay gold to like start these different things. And it's like I don't know the actual price. It's like 50 gold. And then you get like 0 point summit from a treasure chest.
Yeah.
Just takes the piss. I like it, but like you said, you have to proper grind for it. The graphics are sick though. Yeah,
they are. They're next level, man. What else was I going to say about it? Oh yeah, the horse races are cool, but I don't like how there ain't really many heists on there or anything. Like you can't do any like train robberies or anything. I remember there was one mission where you stop a train, but that was it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, I played that part. We have to stop it like on a bridge, innit? But
I think.
What I was gonna say, I think they've just brought out an update for it. I haven't been on it yet, but I know somebody posted something about an update. I can't remember what it was called. I'll probably have a look soon. My PlayStation's fucked though, man.
Oh,
I've got it like
sad days.
It's on its way out completely. I'm waiting for the PS5.
Yeah. I mean, I saw one of them when me and my mates went to Birmingham. They're absolutely fucking massive. They're a piss take. They're like near that 39 centimeters big, and it's like, where the hell you can't put it on its side. Where are you going to fit it? You know? Yeah. Just annoying.
It's huge, to be fair. I'm looking forward to the remastered GTA 5 though.
Oh yeah,
My bad.
Uh,
So just
yeah, the update. Yeah, I mean, like to be fair, that guy I brought up earlier, Liam TGC, he's got a PS5, and he said the free graphical upgrades are cool, but they ain't really anything special. It's just sort of like they look slightly better. But I suppose when you've already got an amazing looking game, there isn't really much else you can do to it unless they want to really get down on their knee, like knuckle down. But then they'd have to spend loads of money on it,
I do
which
know
isn't needed.
Rockstar said that when they released the enhanced version of GTA 5, they're like redoing everything. They're not just remastering it, they're actually like putting full effort into it. That's why it doesn't come out until
That's
the
a
end of this
bit.
year.
That's really weird, man. I wish they just
release
put the work.
GTA 6.
Yeah, I much prefer that. I know years ago Rockstar said they're scared about the backlash because of today's climate, how people get like really upset over little things and everyone's getting cancelled over nothing. But I think you're a gaming company, like these people who get upset over nothing aren't going to see like, I don't know, John Michaels and run after him and roll up to Rockstar's back. I mean, they're not even going to know where these people are. They're not going to know they are. The CEO is probably some fat old guy who doesn't even know what's going on. They're not going to. The point is, like, usually people who get affected by these crazy people are people in the public eye. Well, Rockstar are not in the public eye at all, really. There's only hardcore gaming people know, like, of some people at Rockstar, and they might get upset and offended. Like, no, there'll probably only be a few of them who get upset and offended enough to like send a horrible message. But it's not like an onslaught of millions of people having a go.
I wish they would just release it because GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
It's been way too long. I know it was like 5 years from GTA 4 to GTA 5.
Yeah.
And now it's like 8 years. And
it's a bit of a piss take.
No trailer on nothing.
I think though, I think them being worried about people getting offended, that was a few years ago. I think like right now it's sort of like I think they want to just make as much money as possible with GTA 6, which is they make more money in the long run if they made GTA 6 sooner though. It's so stupid.
You got to think about it. If they release GTA 6, that would be the best selling game of all time. It's so like wanted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with the GTA 5 online, and they can just do so much now. Like they did so much with Red Dead 2. They even had the whole of the Red Dead 1 map in it remastered. So if they're able to pull off shit like that, I know you can't access it for most of the game because if you try and go there, the police come after you really quickly. But once you John Master,
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Could you imagine if they have been working on it and nobody's managed to tell anyone, and like they've been working on it for years?
It's definitely possible. I think it could, because like gaming industries, they're not releasing every single update because, well, it sort of gets people on your case too much, and if you release too much shit, people are like, oh well, I don't care anymore because they've already shown stuff. They've already revealed everything, you know. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they're working on it because, like, I remember Red Dead voice actors were being interviewed and they're like, oh yeah, we recorded these lines like years and years ago. Yeah, we did all this back in like 2015 or 2016.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy how long it takes as well.
Yeah, but I guess because the maps are so big, it's not like COD where they can just spaff it out after a year. That FIFA, you know, it's
well, that's what I was complaining about as well because you know did you play GTA 5?
Not anymore, nah.
Did you play it when the Cayo Perico heist came out with the new island?
I don't think so, no.
Well, everyone was like proper gassed for it, and then it came out, and there was like this is literally what I was ranting about in the video. It came out, you couldn't even access the island in free mode. You could only go on it when you were doing the heist, and they put so much effort into this big island with like so much detail in it. And I thought, if games like Call of Duty are making all new maps, like a whole new game in a year, but it's took you a year to do this one little shitty update. I feel like they're literally, I don't know, they're like you said, they're trying to hold people onto GTA 5 for as long as they can, trying to get as much money out of it as they can. And until us lot, the actual consumer, stops playing the game, they're just going to carry on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. Like, but to be fair, I stopped playing years ago. I think the final one I played was, oh man, I can't remember. I think it must have been shit because I can't remember it. I remember the casino shit coming out, and I was like, this is okay. And then I was just sort of like, I'm kind of bored now. Like, I just can't be arsed anymore. That
feel
was
like
sort of what it
an
got
update
to.
comes out and you're like excited for like half an hour, and then you've looked at everything,
Oh.
and it's like, right, we're back to square one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't
I
even
mean,
played it in so long though. Like I'm literally so busy at work that I haven't been on my PlayStation in months.
yeah. But I'm not. I think though a lot of people could do with shit like that because I see some people on Discord, and whenever I go on my Xbox One, because I usually do single player shit now, I am never ever paying 50 quid for a membership again. I've got my gaming laptop, unless it's a PS5 membership in a few years or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll see how I feel. But like, I'm not giving Xbox the 50 quid just so I can join a party and go hello or play an online game.
Have you seen 5M, the GTA roleplay servers?
Nah. Oh wait, no. Critical did some videos. Yeah, Critical did some videos on them, and it was really bizarre.
Sick. I've played on them. People take it a bit too serious. Like,
yeah,
you actually have people who act like police and stuff. They take it way too serious. Me and my mate, I don't know, it was like last year, we joined one, and you can do like actual drug dealing and stuff. So we got pulled over by this random geezer by the strip club, and there was three of us, and the one person got searched, and as he was searching, us two ran off, and like there's no map or nothing, so they can't come and find you. There's no mini map, and we hid under this bridge, and obviously when they're in distance of you, you can hear him talking, and we could hear the car going back and forth, and you could hear him talking to somebody saying that like he couldn't find us and that. It was so jokes. It's funny to take the piss out of them.
Was this an adult or a kid?
Adults, like fully grown men. It's mad.
This is just worrying. Then
it's
this is just kind of sad.
When it's like me, for example, I'll go in there to take the piss out of them and warm them up. That's funny. But when there's people on there, like, and you can't just become a copper, you actually have to go through the Discord, like, do a test and everything, and then they get back to you. It's stupid.
It seems like they're just sort of wasting their life. Then, if they're taking it that seriously, they could just be doing so much. They could try and be a real policeman, or they could be a real. They could be a real drug dealer. They could be a real drug dealer. You know, like, what are they doing?
But I mean, you should try it. It is jokes.
I don't know.
You're not going to take it serious, but it's fun to take the piss out of them.
When GTA 6 comes out, I'll give it a go because I'm getting that. Even if it's shit, I'm getting it. You know, GTA, Halo, Crash Bandicoot, I'm all over that. And Red Dead, I'm all over them.
GTA, I'll always get the GTA, no matter what. Yeah. Even when I'm like fucking 18, it's GTA. It'll probably be GTA 7 by then, but you know, I'll still get that.
No, it'll probably be GTA 6.
Yeah,
probably. But yeah. I mean, you know, it's just sort of. I don't know. I just sort of comment loading. What's going on, George? I'll look at all your comments now. Right.
There's loads of comments on the YouTube.
Fucking hell. Success is the best thing. It's like when people say money is happiness when it really can.
Yeah, it actually can. I'm sorry, but
no.
The more money you have, the more freedom you have.
But it depends on the person, because Tony Bellew was the way he was describing things on Twitter, it sounded like he's got a bit of mental health issues. And I was thinking to myself, bro, you're free. You can do what you want. Like, say if you're like, I don't mean to get slightly high rate, but you've got to get up and go to work, you know, like, you know, and no matter what, you can be having the shittest time in your head ever, but you've still, I mean, you can just quit if you want, but like, you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot. But like Bellew, he can lie in all day, every day, and just do whatever the fuck he wants. He can say to his family,
people say money doesn't buy happiness. It really does.
Yeah. He can say to his wife and kids, all right, mate, let's go out. Let's go to fucking Wales, you know, mate. And like, have a great time. And I'm so happy for Bellew because he's worked hard and earned it. But like, because I'm not jealous of the dude or anything. Like, fair play. I always, like, because the thing is, people can mistake this stuff for jealousy. He's earned it. I respect him. But I think when you've done all that hard work, you should be happy about it. You shouldn't be wasting your life feeling down, especially when you've got millions upon millions upon millions of pounds and you can just do what you want. If you are gutted and fed up and think there's no point to anything, volunteer, like, do stuff then. You know, people, if there was any fight fans in here, they're going to say, oh, he misses the boxing. Well, I think he left boxing at the perfect time, to be honest. And his wife didn't want him to. He got flattened by Usyk. Like, there's no point in continuing. You know, if he couldn't get to the top again. He could have taken more damage in the long run. I mean, you know, fighters don't realise Like, there's some fighters. I know you obviously aren't insanely interested in fighting, but like, there's people who take so much damage. There's so much time on the clock that they're going to be in then they're going to be in a nursing home and pooing themselves, and it gets to a point they've taken so much damage. All right, you're going to be in a nursing home when you're like 65. Then they keep fighting. All right, it's probably going down to 60 now. Then they keep fighting, mate. You're probably going to be in trouble when you're 55. And you think, why are you destroying yourself like this? You only get one chance, man. Like, come on.
Like,
you know.
I feel like, as well, Conor McGregor, it's like, I think his time's just up. I think he should just retire now. He's got so much money. He doesn't need to fight anymore.
Yeah.
And the last few
Very
fights
true.
haven't been good for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if that's what
George,
he enjoys.
Yeah, George put Tony didn't spend his money. I'm pretty sure Tony's a multiple millionaire, and he's got a boxing job where he can commentate. So it's not like he's sitting at home doing nothing. He's still commentating, having a laugh. And not many people have that ability. So he's lucky to have that ability and be given the opportunity as well. So he has that to keep him going. But the thing is, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, right, McGregor. So he looked all right in that fight, man. He looked decent. Like, the thing is, I knew Dustin was going to win because I thought to myself, McGregor just ain't as with it as he used to be. Like, if I'm going to be brutally honest with him. And I feel like McGregor's got a lot of natural talent. If you look at the way he dodged one of Eddie Alvarez's punches, he literally leaned back like half an inch and then landed a massive left hand and dropped him. Like, if you're able to have that amazing distant management, then you probably have got a lot of natural ability. He's worked hard, but he's got the natural ability. But yeah, I feel like he should probably fight Diaz a third time and then RDA if he wants. If he wins both those fights, continue. If he loses, which I think he would lose to RDA, then pack it in, just fuck off,
just
you know.
give up, man. Who would you
like, just trying people.
Boxers?
Oh,
mine's got to be Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, boxers should look at him and just think, if you're gonna you should try and do your own style and all that shit. But he's got the best style to copy. He can go forward, backwards. He's got the Philly shell. He's got the head movement. He's got the hands up. All that shit. He can throw all sorts of punches. He can dance around the ring. He's just next level, and he's got a pretty decent chin on him too. So, and he's only like 31. He's had like nearly 60 fights, which is
he's quite young, isn't he?
Yeah, like how does anyone clock those amount of fight in boxing? Like in MMA, it's possible. It's difficult, but it's possible. But in boxing, you're taking punches to the head 24/7. In MMA, you could get like taken down and tapped. That's no brain damage. But in boxing, no matter what, you're gonna receive some sort of brain damage in every single fight. The severity is probably really slim, but it builds up over time.
But Floyd Mayweather's only 50. So I mean 50.
But no, he's 44. But yeah,
he's 44. What do you mean?
Yeah. He's not 50.
No, I don't mean
he's
age.
not...
I mean like he's
15-0.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh man.
That's what I mean. He's done 50, he's won 50 fights, but he's 44 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's like, I'm not Canelo hasn't taken a crap ton of damage in recent years. Against Triple G, that was quite a war. But the thing is, and Billy Joe landed some smidges on him. But the thing is, right, Mayweather, he barely took any punches. Barely. Shane Mosley, Shane Mosley, I think, I can't remember. There was this specific thing he did, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. But pretty much, he just made him like 4 for something else, and then the Philly shell wasn't good enough, and he managed to clip him a bit. But apart from that, Mayweather's barely took any damage. So he can get away with 50 fights. His style's perfection, the Philly shell and the way he dances around the ring. And he doesn't really ever expose himself to be attacked because he pretty much is Philly shell and then counter straight, then dance around him. That's pretty much what he is. It's actually 51-0. No, that Logan Paul fight didn't count. They didn't give anyone the win. Yeah, George, they didn't give anyone the win. Yeah. And no one really knows who won. I think they said if you had to give it to someone, you give it to Mayweather, but it was like one of the weirdest fights, crappiest fights everyone said.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Glad I didn't watch it. I can't believe people paid.
Paul, though, for actually going in the ring with Mayweather.
Yeah.
Somebody who's
thing
not
is,
a boxer, really.
Yeah. I mean, I sort of thought to myself, like, imagine if someone who's trained boxing or sort of knows how to strike trains 3 years in boxing every single day and like someone in, say if Logan Paul trained every single day and grafted since KSI called him out. I thought, would he be able to beat Mayweather? But then I talked to my dad about it, and my dad was like, "No, because the only fight time he had was against KSI, and people thought he lost both of those fights." Well,
Yeah.
so like the fight time he had, because my dad made an amazing point. It is about like fight time at the end of the day. If Logan wanted to even stand a chance against Mayweather, he needed to get in the ring more over those years and not just prance around with other YouTubers, actually like fight real people.
Yeah.
But I suppose, you know, he makes
It's
millions
like
of dollars.
situation as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just sad, isn't it?
Man. Yeah, but
That's
he knows what
sad.
he's doing, though. He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Look how much money he's making.
Yeah,
The publicity.
yeah. I mean, the thing is with Jake, I mean, people do rave about his boxing, but the thing is, Deji busted up his nose. Gibb was undersized, but fair play. Jake wrecked him. Gibb didn't even have the fundamentals. In boxing, you're meant to be in stance, but he was square, so he got dropped by a jab. Like he had his feet like that. So, and you're not going to be able to support yourself. You can literally push your fingers into someone's chest, and they'll like press their chest, and they'll fall if they're square. And who else? All right, so Nate Robinson, basketball player. I mean, what the hell? And then Ben Askren, the worst striker in MMA. Even though I haven't been able to train for years because of injuries, I've probably got better striking than him. And you probably got better striking. Yeah, he didn't take it serious at all.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit that he lost. He was just thinking about the money.
Yeah. But the thing is, in the build-up, he went on Logan Paul's pod and he was just like, oh, well, at the end of the day, if he's actually good, then I'll lose. But if he's shit, then I'll beat him. And it's like, bro, if that was me, I'd think to myself, no, I'm fucking beating him.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care how good he is. He can be good as Mike Tyson. In my head, I'm going to beat him. I'm the fucking man. I'm going to floor him.
I'm just going to lose.
Yeah. Thing is, if my injuries all got better and I could fight Jake Paul, I don't care if he's good as Mike Tyson. I probably wouldn't do it if he was a heavyweight like Mike Tyson. Yeah. But the thing is, if I was going to do a boxing match, MMA, I'd think to myself, I'm fucking winning. I don't care who's against me. I am knocking. I try to be more humble nowadays, but I am winning. They can be better than me outside the ring 24/7, but on that day, at that time, I'm flattening them. So that's the way I see it. But you've just got to believe in yourself. Actually, yeah, but I'm a hypocrite with that because earlier I was saying like, oh, I only aim to get 500 subs. Yeah, so... But again, there's a big difference. Like with a fight, you're going to get humiliated. I mean, who wants to be humiliated by Jake Paul? I don't know how Ben Askren is handling getting humiliated by a YouTuber after being undefeated.
Could you imagine, though, like, if you put all that effort in and then Jake Paul beat you?
Yeah. I mean, it's mental. I mean, it's just like... But again, as you said, he's just thinking about the cash. He probably got paid $1 million just to do the chicken dance and fall over. But you know what was funny though, right? The reason why the fight got stopped in boxing, when the ref pulls your gloves, you're meant to show resistance to show you're not out of it. Yeah, Ben Askren was just like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then the ref would like waved it off. So he wasn't explaining the rules properly. So they should have explained it to him, or maybe he just wanted to leave. George, the hip surgery doesn't matter. Like if he could go through a training camp and he was medically cleared, like it makes a small difference. But come on, you know,
ridiculously cleared then.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there are some ridiculous medical clearings, though. I know one, like this guy, Michael Bisping, I'm pretty sure you know who he is.
Yeah.
He pretty much fought with one eye till he after he fought this guy on TRT called Vitor Belfort and he got kicked in the head and it messed up his one eye. He was pretty much fighting with one eye. He scraped the eye test. He absolutely scraped it. And he's gone blind in that eye now because he fought on too long, which is really sad. He gone blind in the one eye, which is really gutting. And the only reason that happened was because after he lost to this guy called GSP, he lost his title. He stepped in on 2 weeks' notice, 6 weeks after that fight, and he just got floored. And you just think to yourself, like, if he hadn't have took that fight, his eye might have been fine. Just sad.
I remember.
There you go.
My dad used to know somebody back in the day that was a boxer. I can't remember what his name was, but we seen him in Asda or in Marvin Tesco. I don't know. He was in some supermarket and he was proper like he had walking sticks and like crutches and everything. And I remember he saying hello to my dad, and I was like, obviously I was a kid at the time, so I was like, oh, what's wrong with him? And then my dad was like, he's been a boxer for too long. as he kicked him, well, punched him.
What
There's a word.
could he talk? Was he just physically bad, or could he talk all right? Or
I think he was slow, like from all the punches.
no, no, gutting.
I know there's an actual term for it, but I can't remember what it is.
CTE.
No, I suppose it's got the word drunk in it.
Oh, punch drunk.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, when you're a boxer, if you want to do that shit, you need to know the ins and outs. But the thing is, a lot of them, the main reason why a lot of them end up with serious damage is because they go on too long. That's the main reason. If your brain's not, if you don't fight on too long and your brain isn't good enough, that's just genetics, then I suppose. But most of the time, it's because they fight on too long. But they're fools. They're absolute fools. Like for doing that, it's just George Foreman came back when he was like 40 odd, and he took damage, but he's totally fine in the head. Apart from him calling like 5 of his sons George Foreman, which is absolutely mental. I mean, imagine the hospital. Like, imagine if they was all at hospital as kids, like who George Foreman. It's just ridiculous. And he called his daughters Georgina Foreman. So
Really?
yeah. But when he talks, he's totally fine. He made the Foreman grill, so yeah.
I don't think I've ever talked so much about boxing.
It's crazy. But do you actually watch many sports then? I can't believe I've never actually asked you if you've watched any sports before, apart from like MMA.
I mean, I don't really watch UFC anymore. I used to just watch it when McGregor was in his prime.
Yeah.
Boxing, sometimes I'll watch like old fights. Like I like watching the old Mike Tyson fights and Alvarez fights. Actually, not long ago, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, me and my partner, we literally watched every Rocky film, like one after another.
Oh. What, even have they done a 5th Rocky film?
Well, we watched, all the way to Rocky 5 and then Rocky Balboa.
Oh man, were the later ones difficult, like 3, 4, and 5, and Balboa, or were they actually fun? Or
I don't want to give any spoilers.
I'm probably not going to watch. I'll only watch the first one, and maybe the second.
In number 5, Paulie, his brother-in-law, he loses all the money, so they have to go back to the same house that they came from.
That just sounds rubbish.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think after number 3, it started to get a bit. Actually, no. Which one's the one where he fights Ivan Drago? Is that number 3?
I think that's when his mate dies, Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo. That's my favourite one. That is.
Oh, when he dies and then he fights Drago.
Yeah, after that, it's just goes down like.
Yeah.
Balboa's just him. He's got his own restaurant, and
okay.
Somebody. That's it. In Balboa, he's like an old man, and he fights like a younger fighter. It's just an exhibition. No, it's not an exhibition. He fights the young fighter. The young fighter wins because it's all like there's this thing on the telly. It's like, could Prime Rocky beat Prime so and so, the heavyweight of that time?
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like they're desperate for ideas.
Yeah, because they made Creed as well, didn't they? And that's obviously supposed to be carrying on.
Yeah. So this like, because I know you said you've done didn't you say you've done 2 albums and this is like your 3rd now though?
Well, I've done one mixtape. That was when I first started. That was last September. Then I dropped like a slow and reverb mixtape. So it's basically all my songs that I've done, but in a slow and reverb remix. And then this is so technically my 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah. So how I said like stories with albums and all that, but like obviously you said that ain't important, but like there's like, but you do order them like, but obviously a lot of albums have got meanings behind them. So have any of your albums got many meanings, or is it just sort of like, oh, I'll just do whatever and see what comes out? Or
no, I mean this album is called How It's Done. So
the
meaning behind that is literally just without getting into too much detail. It's showing how it's actually done compared to how somebody else is trying to do it.
Yeah.
But
fair play.
Like, this is why with this album, I'm literally putting in so much more effort than I did on the first one. The first album, I think I kind of just rushed it because I made a mistake as well of putting out a release date before it was even ready. So we got to that day and I was like, I'm 2 songs behind. I'm just going to have to release it with 4 songs instead. Right. So I just rushed it. But this one, I haven't even got a release date. I've put out the album cover. I've said obviously it's coming soon, but I kind of want to do between 10 and 15 songs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going well so far.
Good shit. I mean, it is important to pace yourself. If you rush it, it's just going to end up being a bit, I don't know,
Yeah.
far from what you want it to be.
Like
Okay.
I started working on it weeks ago, and I got like 4 songs done, ready, and then about a week ago I listened to them again. And I was like, nah, they're not going on. Like, they just don't hit.
Jeez.
So I just
don't you think like I don't know, even though they don't hit with you, they could hit with other people though, or
they could, but I still feel like personally for me that wasn't 100% of my effort.
Yeah.
That was just me trying to rush out a song because I want to put an album out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first dropped my first album, the reaction was good, and I was actually getting a lot more listeners. Like I peaked at 700 monthly listeners. Do you know how many playlists I'm in?
No.
900.
Oh shit, that is
I mean,
that's
900
impressive.
playlists because I can get it up on the Spotify for
Mm-hmm.
artists. And I was getting in. I think it was, I don't know if it was like 600 streams a day on one of my songs, and it's still doing it now. I think it's on like 400 streams a day now.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes up and down. I can't even remember
Yeah.
what's going on about.
Out of interest, right? I'm not trying to big you up or anything, because like obviously you're not, you know, Post Malone, but to get like being, you know, 900 playlists, get 5 million views on TikTok, because I always like to get people's perspectives, and I can usually read people fairly well. And if it's someone who, I hope no one clips this, but usually if it's someone who I feel has got a bit of too much of an ego, I would never ask them this. So how do you like sort of stay grounded and like humble then? Because you don't really seem like too like, some people would be like, I'm the man, 5 million TikTok viewers were, you know.
Well, for me, like 5 million might seem a lot, but at the same time, I'm still a nobody. Like I've never been recognised. I get messages, like people on Instagram will DM me and they'll be like, "Oh, love your music." I've had a few people ask me to do songs with them, and like I'm not even trying to be a dick and be like, oh, "I'm so much better than them," because I have turned them down. But when you listen to what I've been asked to go on, to the music I make, it's just not the same. So I've turned a lot of people down. But
what sort of stuff is it, or is it too personal, or?
Nah, it's just the production's not great.
Oh,
like, I know
okay.
that I'm doing it for my like spare room in my flat, but I'm actually putting so much effort into it, and like I'm doing it properly. Like you don't even understand how many hours I've sat on YouTube studying everything.
Yeah.
And like people will send me stuff and be like, "Can you do a verse on this?" And I've listened and I'm just like, I've only ever done one feature. I'm not going to say the name of the song because I don't really want it out there. But
is it a good song or?
I don't want to sound like a dick.
Oh, okay.
My part's good.
I
feel like we bounce off each other well. But that's what I'm going to say.
Fair enough. I mean, the music shit seems mad difficult because you've either got to graft for years learning to play a guitar, or you know, a drum, piano, whatever, or you've got to learn how to be amazing on the computer and make music that way. Both take a shit ton of time and effort. I prefer listening to like real instruments, but I respect the skill in like making things on the computer because, I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be able to try with like a guitar or drums, but with the computer, I wouldn't know where to start trying to make music on there.
It is harder because like people who do my sort of music nowadays, they've got it all done for them. They'll literally go to a studio that they'll hire out for like 200 quid an hour. There'll be somebody there to mix the whole track, master it, and it's done. They just put it out. But I'm literally, and I'm such a tight ass that I don't want to spend my money. So I'm literally making these songs. I'm doing it all myself, and then it comes to promoting it, and they're not doing as good as they could because I'm not spending money on promotion and like ads and stuff. But then at the same time, I don't want to risk spending 500 quid to promote it, and it doesn't do 500 quid's worth of like views and reactions and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, right? You could, I think it's still better though what you're doing because like you can grow naturally rather than having it pushed all over the place and pushed in people's faces. Well, if people actually just seek it out themselves and they enjoy it, just word of mouth will probably help it, and it just getting shared.
I'm so ready as well to start learning to play instruments. Like I really want to learn the piano.
Oh, sick!
I've got like my setup here, and then I want to get like a piano here or like a keyboard that I can connect to the computer, because then I can actually start making my own like beats and stuff, and I can use my own melodies and everything. That's what I want to do.
Would you try and be like an all-rounder, or would you just like, are you just bothered about like master piano first, then move on to something else? Or
nah, to be fair, I'd want to learn as many things as I can.
Oh, fair.
Like, when it's something that you're passionate about, you don't feel like you're actually learning. Do you know what I mean? You just feel like it doesn't seem like you have to do it. Like it's a chore.
Yeah.
If you're really passionate about it, you enjoy it.
So
it's not like
that's totally fair. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say though, like, have you managed to meet many like big people in the music space, like, or somewhat big people, or
I've
sort of known people?
I haven't met people face to face, but I've spoke to quite a few famous artists and stuff. You probably won't know any of these names, and I don't know if any of your viewers will, but they're all like big in the UK scene. So I was live on TikTok once, and there's a rapper called Unknown T. He's from London. He's actually dropping an album as well. He joined it, and I was like, I recognise that username, because I know that his is a bit different to his actual name. Pardon me, sorry. And I clicked on it, and it was verified, like the actual Unknown T. So
cool.
We were all in the car, and we was like, yo, your new album's sick, we love it, blah blah. And he was putting yo, and then somebody was like, go check out his music on about me, and he was like, yeah, what's your music called? And then after that, somebody said, they were just mugging you off, like somebody in the live. We wasn't, they were just being a dickhead. And then he was like, you was mugging me off. But obviously, I don't know if he thought it was a joke or not, and then he was just gone. There was a time where there's been loads. Do you know what? Now you've asked me, it's like I can't think on the top of my head, but there's been so many. There was one where I was doing a song, and this person was on it. I'm not going to say names either. But yeah, well, fuck it. V9. I don't know if you know him, but he's also friends with Unknown too. And then I got a message back after the song was done saying, take my shit off your song. So I was like, fair enough. I just left it at that.
No.
But
that's a bit. Why did they want their shit off the song?
Fuck no. I didn't respond. I was just like, it is what it is then.
Man. The music scene though, I think it does. I get a lot of interviews I've watched of a lot of musicians. They think like they sort of just think like they're the best thing ever. Like, oh man, I'm so great, I'm so edgy, look at me. But in reality, they're just like everyone else. But as I say, that's why I wondered how you keep grounded, you know, because I just think it's difficult when you're making stuff and you're creating like music, and music's such a big part of just human life, because music's been going on for like thousands of years, like in some way, shape, or form.
I just think to myself as well, like, yeah, I've had 5 million views or whatever, and like 300,000 likes, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm so sick because I've done this. Because if it wasn't for the people listening or liking, I wouldn't have any of it. So you just got to stay true to yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of these musicians who think like they're the best thing ever, I think they think that the people love their personalities over their music, but in reality, it's just all their music. Yeah. Like Elton John, he's such an egotist. He thinks he's the best thing going. But I do not watch any of his interviews because I've seen how he acts sometimes, and he's an absolute prat. Like, he called the security guards a cunt once for no reason, and he was complaining of that. He was like, he was just pissed off because something went wrong in the song, and he said, "Oh, I'm never doing any fucking festivals again." And it's like, mate, like, oh god, just grow up.
A lot of people can just be like, a lot of people, once fame hits them, they just change. But that's one thing I wouldn't want to happen to me. Like, I hope, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I do want to be famous. I'd love for my music to do so well, but I want to be famous in a sense of I want to achieve things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I want. What's the word? I'm just waffling now. There was a word in my head, but it's just gone.
do you just sort of like want? Do you just like sort of want your music to be respected, but not like seen as like the second coming or whatever?
I mean, I don't really care. I know that obviously you're going to put music out. Some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it. And luckily for me, so far, I've literally had needing none, no bad like comments. Obviously, we had that one dickhead that was on your status.
Yeah, because I shared the shit, and this guy was like, "Oh, this music isn't real music." Blah 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 blah. And I just think, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Why did you even bother listening, you buffoon? Like, it's just so odd.
It's like when I commented on it, I didn't retaliate. I wasn't saying anything back. I was just like,
yeah,
that's your opinion. You do what you want to do.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, I've said to you before, the sort of shit you do isn't subjectively for me, but I listen to it through an objective lens, you know. And like my sort of music's pretty much just like alternative rock and things from years ago mostly. But like I can't help what I'm into. There isn't a lot of modern stuff I'm into apart from like some Cage Elephant stuff and some of the Cure.
At the same time, you don't listen to my sort of music, but like listening to it, you'd still know that there's still effort put into it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. No, 1,000,000%.
No need to be a prick about like things you don't like, because there's still someone's still tried hard in doing something, and then a little fucking nobody comes along, says what they're gonna say, and you know. But
I mean, if I wasn't like, you know, even if I didn't know you were and whatever, and I just came across that song, I probably like your songs. I probably wouldn't listen to them, Fraser. I'd be like, you know, like not for me, but fair enough if other people like it. You know, is what it is.
I mean, obviously, not everything's going to be everyone's taste.
Yeah. But I do enjoy listening to music objectively and trying to dissect it the best that I can. You know, like and thinking, all right.
Like, I go on YouTube sometimes and I have like metalheads react to modern day rap. I like watching stuff like that to get people's opinions.
Yeah. Do they call it objectively, or do they get annoyed and say it's the worst thing ever?
Well, some people, I feel like they just pretend to like it so that people will be like, oh, a metalhead likes rock music. Oh, let's subscribe. Let's see what the next one like. But if that was me, I would just tell the truth and just, if I liked it, I liked it. If I didn't, I didn't. There's no point kissing arse, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Either say, you know, what you actually enjoyed, or say, you know, constructive criticism, or just don't put anything, you know. That's the main thing. George, what the hell is... Oh, for God's sake. I think... Disgrace, George. Disgrace. I think you meant... Well, I don't know. Disgrace. But anyway, one last thing I wanted to bring up about reaching... Because I know at the start of the podcast... I mentioned about like reaching goals and whatever, and I never actually like got to fully articulate it, but I might as well articulate it now about meeting Callum's Corner. From the second podcast, I've said I've always wanted to be on a podcast with Callum's Corner and talk to him for an hour, right? And well, at college, you know, I was a lot more weird back then, but I love Callum's Corner
a lot.
Yeah. I used to absolutely love the guy and show you and other people him, and people like, what the fuck's this guy?
Yeah,
what the fuck's this guy?
Like this.
Yeah. The thing is, the humor, it's because like people struggle to get my sense of humor because it's really like unique. It's like something absolutely stupid. If it's unexpected and subverts expectations, I laugh at it. But if it's something like my mom showed me this like they had Alan Carr on the telly. My mom, you're still weird, not what? Okay, whatever. It's a plane going over a vegetable factory, George. It seems like something totally different, mate. I know what you're trying to do. But anyway, she was showing me like this Alan Carr skit show with Jennifer Saunders and whatever, and they were parodying films, and I was just like, I know exactly what they're gonna do. It's not funny. I laughed a bit afterwards because I laughed at the general banter because like I couldn't predict what they were going to say. But with the films, I could sort, all right, they're going to take the mick out of this in this film. They're going to do this. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Like it's. But the thing is, right, with Callum's Corner, a lot of it subverted my expectations for ages. That's why I found it so funny. That's the best way I can describe it. Just him screaming stuff like, you know, the way his mannerisms, like. So one of you sent an email, one of you sent a complaint in, and then he moves into the camera saying, I suck off dogs for quavers. How does that make me look?
Do you know what, though? How did you even get that geezer on the podcast, man?
Oh, so basically, because I was a co-host for Jersey's podcast, and it was a massive, long, not grueling, but like difficult process to get him on. So pretty much, Jersey was like, at the end of series 1 of the podcast, Callum will come on, blah 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 blah. I was like, yes, I was really behind it. I was like, he will do it. Yes, come on, you've edited videos from Jersey. This will happen. And then afterwards, when he was meant to come on, at the last minute, Jersey was like, oh yeah, he can't come on. And I was like, what? And he said he didn't really actually confirm coming on. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, what? So all he said was he might be able to come on, and then he couldn't come on. Like, I was a little bit like disappointed. But anyway, it's whatever, shit happens. Jersey tried his best. Weeks later, he was like, Callum's Corners coming on. And I was like, all right, I'm reserving my excitement. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And he sent me screenshots and messages, and he was like, it basically implied that he's coming on. And I was like, yes. But I thought he's going to pull out, something's going to happen, he's not going to show up or whatever. Then he showed up, and it was just amazing. I love talking to the dude. As I say, if I did a podcast with Logan Paul or True Geordie, I'd sort of be like, cool, I can, but it ain't a big deal for me. But Callum's Corner, I was like, this is the person I want to do a podcast with. And that was the peak. That was the magnum opus.
Was you not nervous speaking to him?
I was a little bit before, actually. I was really hyped up. I was being a bit like, except without like, obviously I wasn't, like, aroused over him or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not that way. Yeah, like no homo, but I was a bit too excited to be honest. Yeah, a bit too excited to talk to him. But it was just legendary. He was mad down to earth, mad cool. And as I say, he was the main person I really wanted to talk to. I would do a podcast with every famous YouTuber, but if they said no, I wouldn't be that disappointed.
That's still crazy that you got him on though.
Yeah,
it's
I was
like from school. I mean, from college, when we used to watch him in like, I don't know what it was in
2016.
What was that? Hannah in Hannah's lesson. I remember we used to get videos up, or when we was at the Kingswood one.
Yeah,
we used to get videos up, and then like I remember you sending me the. Did you send me a clip, or did you send me the actual video?
I sent you like a million things from him, like too many.
I just remember looking at it thinking that's actually mad.
Yeah.
I was thinking fair play though, that you actually done it.
Yeah. But even though I know you don't get a lot of Callum's Corner humour, I know you did laugh at him retching, which was top quality banter. When
I remember actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I find him funny looking. Like no disrespect, he's just funny looking. And he used to crap me up when people used to call him a TikTok.
Yeah.
He used to get angry at it.
Mm-hmm. Good thing about him as well, though, is that I'm pretty sure quite a bit of it was put on, but I believed it for quite a while. Because it just seemed real. Well, a lot of people look at Cobb
being angry brought out a reaction, and obviously he saw people's reactions. He just played on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure some of it's a bit real, but if you're trying to convey a point, you don't shout things like "He's got ginger hair." You don't do that. You're doing that to make people laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else is there to say, really? I mean, I was just so happy to talk to the dude, mad down to earth, mad humble. Probably, I would like to talk to more like big YouTubers to get their take who I'm fans of, but happy to talk to Callum's Corner. I tried to get. As I said, I used to network like mad, and I did try and get quite a few people on. It was sort of really. The only other people I've got on, like the only other person like second to Callum's Corner's fame is Ed Bound. That's it. But I've actually become good. I was like decent mates with him before, to be fair. Like I was just chatting with him about having a laugh with him about general stuff. And eventually I just sort of asked, do you want to come on? And he was like, yeah. So I didn't even intend for him to come on the podcast. I was asking this dude questions about his brick films because there were so many unique things about his brick films, and just had a general laugh with him about films. But other people, I actually intended to get them to come on, and quite a few of them, it just sort of failed. So I just sort of thought, like, most people, unless your podcast is big, they're not actually going to want to come on. That's the way I see it. So you've just got to keep trying to make it bigger and bigger and do your best, I guess.
Is there anybody else in the future that you'd want to come Say
Um,
like in the next from now till, say if you really wanted, if you was really grinding from now to December, who would you want on the podcast?
True Geordie, because
Mm.
I just think he's with Geordie as well. I have like criticised some of it a bit about him on the channel, but it's because I really respect the bloke that try and call things objectively. So if he saw my criticisms, he'd probably get a bit annoyed. He seems like the sort of guy who wouldn't like it. But they're not
Yeah.
mean. It's just sort of me saying he said this. I don't agree with this thing that he said. It seems a bit daft. He did this. I think X thing is a bit silly because of this.
Yeah.
It was nothing mean or anything or over the top. I always,
Just
you know,
constructive criticism, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think he wouldn't like that if I'm being brutally honest. I just get that vibe from him. But maybe we'll be able to deal with it. I don't know. Who else would there be? Who else is really
Joe
good?
Rogan.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, MMA. Talk about his drugs and his psychedelics. Have a laugh with him. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Who else would there
I
be?
do like waffling by Weller.
Yeah. He just hasn't been well. Has he done many more? Because I remember seeing it and he hadn't made any for a while. But has he actually come back?
I watched his ghost ones.
Oh,
They were a
okay.
bit. Do you know what? You know what's so funny? You remember when we was at college and I used to be like, "Yeah, I believe in ghosts so bad."
Oh yeah.
Now I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what? I just feel like there's always an explanation for everything. So when I was watching,
Yeah.
but it's only since right, I started watching like space videos and stuff, and then it progressed onto like more scientific videos and shit like that. And then there was videos about death and stuff, and it was like, when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, maybe there isn't anything after we die, which is it's quite scary to think about that.
No, but I remember. No, but I'll say something in a minute that will hopefully, well, put anyone at ease watching and you. Actually, I'll say it right now. If there is nothing after we die, you're not going to know it because you'll be nothing. It'll be like before you were born. And what was it like before you were born? You didn't feel anything.
Know.
You don't have a conscience, so you're not going to be worried that there's nothing. So that's.
But then saying that, it's like when you try and think of nothing, when I try and think of completely nothing, you can't. Like it freaks you out. You just can't think of nothing. So I don't know.
But then on the other end of the spectrum, but with death, the thing is with death, right? If we were going to live forever, you'd be you wouldn't cherish anything because it's sort of like, what's the point? And some bloke lived forever and in a story, some bloke lived forever and he turned to a shriveled up testicle. So, you know.
For me, personally, I'd live forever if I could.
Really? Jeez. Yeah. Why? But the Earth could get sucked into a black hole and then you're floating around in space, indestructible.
That's the only thing. Like, I watched this video and it was like, I don't know how factual it was, but it was like, this will happen eventually. And it was like some billion, trillion light years away. And it was like a mad number, like you can't even think of it in your head. And everything was gone. It was like all the stars were dead, everything. It was just black. And like,
oh, wait.
Have you ever watched it?
No. I watched something similar, and this dude basically said, right, I think it was Kierkegaard. He was saying about how what will happen is every star, there'll be nothing eventually, and what will happen is eventually, like all the dead black holes will be sucking into each other, and when things get sucked into a black hole, it's sort of like when you delete data on a computer, it's gone, but it still exists, but it's data within that black hole, but it's essentially deleted because it's turned into nothing. Yeah. And what will happen is it will get so big, and when it collapses in on itself, it'll explode with rocks and everything, and it'll restart the universe. Yeah. But he said it'll probably, the number's so big, how long it'll take. You might as well say it'll take forever. So yeah, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah, but then that's another thing. Say you die, right, and then you live again, like you're born again. Eventually, you're going to get to a time where you can't be born again because there's no Earth anymore. So, what happens after that? If there is life after death, eventually when Earth's gone, it's just nothing. What happens after that? That's what my argument is. That's why I'm just like, you know what? Life's too short to be worrying about death and shit as well. Like, if you're going to die, so...
Well, one of my mates was saying about how he was worried about death, but I said... You shouldn't worry because of, well, basically everything I've said to you. But I said, in a way, try and think of it as a good thing that you're worrying about death because your life's actually good. Look at the people who are starving in these third world countries.
Yeah.
You know, they're thankful for the shit that they have. I'm sure they want to keep living. They don't want to die or anything. But like the fact that you're worrying about death shows your life's going good.
Yeah,
It's better than wanting death, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
better than
exactly.
actually wanting death. So, but
Heavy
yeah,
moving
the thing
onto
is,
this topic.
yeah, but peak podcast stuff though.
Yeah,
But
I could do like a whole podcast just about like space and afterlife and definitely
yeah.
everything. It would just fizz on my brain.
Mm-hmm. But I'm really surprised that you don't believe in ghosts anymore because you seem really because what was weird obviously
yeah.
I I'm a Christian man. I believe in I believe that there is something after and that God's made stuff and that he helps out and sprinkles like helps a bit. I know it sounds like bollocks and whatever and people can think it's bollocks. That's
It's
fine. I'm not bothered.
Beliefs, isn't it? It's what people believe.
That's what I believe. You can think anyone can watch this back and think I'm a buffoon. I don't really care. My choice, my life. But the thing is, right, if he doesn't exist, then that's what it is. That's life. It doesn't matter. But I was thinking to myself, right, it's weird that I believe in religion, but I was saying to you, ghosts don't exist. What are you talking about? But then you don't believe in religion, but you're like, ghosts do exist. And it's like...
and it's weird because essentially, if there's a religion and there's like heaven and stuff, then technically they do exist because it's life after death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I suppose I just sort of thought to myself, like, they look down from the clouds. They're not actually roaming about, smashing things up and knocking you about.
Yeah. And like, I've had so many experiences, but I've got mad experiences. Like, I've got that picture as well in Kent Hills, and I look at it, and it's so fucking creepy. And I'm just like, is it? Or...
Yeah. No, but the thing is, I remember I told you about when I didn't know what was going on, and I was lying on my shoulder once, and I felt like someone was pressing on my shoulder, like a demon whispering in my ear. But that's obviously sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis. Demon. I didn't know what they were. I just thought there was a ghost trying to contact me.
My mate gets that a lot. But
horrible
she
man.
Completely believes that it's a ghost.
Really?
Sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Oh, I mean. Fair enough if she wants to believe that. I mean, to be fair, though, what was cool once, there was this I was stuck, but my eyes were open once. Thankfully, I haven't had to deal with this.
Horrible.
And my eyes were open, and I saw this laser being dark standing in front of me. And I just thought, all right, this could be the end. Because I was disorientated. So I was trying to move my mouth saying, come on, motherfucker. Come on, motherfucker. I thought I'm going out like Scarface, man. I'm going out like Scarface. I don't care. I'm not going to be worried. And then I stopped moving, and then I flung my fist to hit it, and it flew into a bunch of lasers before I could get it. So,
like, I've had sleep paralysis in the sense where like I've been awake, but I can't move and I can't speak or anything. But
that's
I haven't
horrible.
Actually, seen anything?
Okay.
Like, what's it actually like when you see like a figure?
Well, that was the only time. That was the only time I saw
it.
And it was just sort of like a shadow. It was like a shadow standing right by me. It didn't move its.
Fuck me off,
It didn't move its head. It just stood there like this, looking at me, and I thought, "Man, this is the end. It's going to kill me."
Fuck me up. And it's like, why does everyone that gets sleep paralysis have the same thing? Like somebody standing over them. For me, what happened was I was asleep, and like me and my girlfriend were next to each other, and I remember my eyes were open, and I was trying to call her name, but obviously nothing was happening. And then, all of a sudden, I just let out this stupid fucking noise, and I was just up. I was awake.
Thankfully, as I say, that was like the only time my eyes were open and I saw something. Every other time, I think, once I felt like there was a rock on my chest. That was a massive rock. There was, as I say, another time where it felt like someone was pressing my shoulder and whispering stuff in my ear.
So you've had it quite a lot then?
Yeah, but it hasn't happened in recent times, thankfully. It has happened a little bit, actually, but nothing's happened. I've just sort of been stuck for like 10 seconds. Yeah. But it hasn't happened a lot, thankfully. Touch wood, man, touch wood. I don't want any more scary shit. But, Georgia said this is freaking... Yeah, Georgia said this stuff is freaking me out. I'm in a pitch black room in a haunted house. But now I want to tell you some of Georgia's stories. I've got to end this podcast soon, though. Probably got 10 minutes left or 11 minutes. We're pretty much right. George said he went into his house once and he couldn't open the door and he thought a ghost was standing in front of it. And I was like, George, that isn't true. That never happened. And then he said once there was a noises walking down the stairs and that apparently some little girl used to live there 100 years ago or something. There was another one where a clock got moved And he said the ghost moved the clock. Very odd stuff, George. And it's just like Carl Pilkington stuff. It's like this never happened. No offense. Like there's no way this happened.
Though, the flat that I'm living in now was built in 1880, and there's actually I ain't gonna be able to find it. It'd probably be crap on the quality here anyway. But there's a picture of the year it was built, and there's all women and like babies and stuff outside the flats, and they're all wearing like Victorian clothing. And I'm thinking, if this has been here for like 141 years, why is this not haunted? Because people must have died in it. Saying actually, a couple of flats down, somebody was murdered in it. So,
oh god,
yeah, I know. If you search it up on Google, you'll find it. And behind the flats, there's cottages that were built in the 1500s, so like 500 years old. But there's no stories about them being haunted.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's good about this house that I live in, and most of my family actually live in houses that no one else has ever lived in. It was like built and then they went into it. Or can you believe it? Like this house was, my nan and granddad lived in this house and it was actually built like that. It was built and then they moved into it. Like that's so cool, you know. Like previous generations haven't lived in the houses, but so even if so even if like 1 million people like lived in this house beforehand, you wouldn't really be too worried. And the thing is, if someone's been murdered rooms down, they should be annoying the person who actually murdered them, not like you. And you know, even and I was about to say, right, another point, even though your flat's like the 1800s or whatever, look at the background. It looks done up and very nice. I'm not just trying to be overly respectful. It looks very nice. I'd rather live in a house that was made 50,000 years ago somehow, but looks nice and done up than like a cave that was made in 2021, you know.
Literally.
So, all right, this is George's ghost story. This is absolute rubbish, George. It's never happened. But I saw a black mass and the door was open, but it would move and the kid goes up and downstairs sometimes. But there's no proof. You need to get this on film. It was the rock.
See,
oh yeah, can you smell the rock? It's
when,
cooking.
Like it's word of mouth. I don't really like. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but personally for me, it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wait, can I say this one weird thing actually quickly?
Which it happened to you? Because if it happened,
no.
I was going to say if you said it happened to you, then I'll believe it because you don't believe in that shit.
No, but there is something really weird that happened once. Basically, I had a dream that this person who I wasn't friends with at the time, I went to their house and saw what their house looked like. And then I became friends with them later on again. And I went to their house and it looked exactly how it looked in the dream.
That's weird.
And
there's actually a thing of that though, where people, it's like they can dream. I don't believe in this either, but apparently they can dream and then go off into and teleport to different places. And they can be there at that present moment. So, like for example, let's say my girlfriend was out there slagging me off on the phone, and I was sleeping here.
Yeah,
I would
and then
go into there in my dream, and I'd hear it all.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't any conversations. I was just walking around the house having a laugh in the dream. But the thing is, you don't have to believe me. You can think that it's absolute bollocks and totally made up bullshit. That's absolutely 1,000,000% fine. But at the end of the day, that is what I dreamt. You know, I've got no proof because it was a dream. But yeah, and I think it's a bunch. I still think it's a bunch of hocus pocus rubbish, and there's an explanation. But yeah,
we've got 5 people watching right now.
That is sick. Who's this? Ander Callum. Ander Clements. Callum is in the chat. Is that one of your mates or?
It's not me. Nah, I don't know who that is.
Okay. Fair enough. There was something. Oh yeah, George said about getting the Doctor Who adventures on. Basically, they were just Doctor Who fans, and they came on and babbled on about. Not babbled on. Sorry, talked about Doctor Who. They were proper sound people. Because I was. I'm not saying like I'm not the most normal guy in the world, but I'm the Doctor Who community. I was sort of like, oh, you know what? If they're like really bizarre or crazy or whatever, but they was really chill. And I was actually in a group, a call chat with the some Doctor Who community people, and they're actually really chill. But you see some of the videos from some people, and they're absolutely like, they take a show that, I'm not being mean, series 1 and 4, amazing. The rest of it, kind of mediocre or good.
I've never been a fan of Doctor Who.
No, I understand because it's just like sort of the same thing over and over again. But I think I'm trying to get through it still. I'm on series 7. But like some of it is so boring and crap, honestly. Like there's one where Peter Kay runs around as a fat blob alien and he absorbs a woman's head into his arse. It's absolutely shit. It's just like nonsense. 25k though, boys. What are you on about, George? 2.5k, you mean? That's what the Huadix have. Not Huadix, Who Adventures. But yeah, there's actually a channel called the Huadix. But
I thought you
yeah,
said
no. You talk about naked, sweaty guys fighting. I am very comfortable with being. I am comfortable with my heterosexuality. But even if I was turned on by dudes fighting, I mean, who cares? You know. Thing is as well, there aren't really many attractive women in the UFC, so you know that isn't even much of a. I mean, there are some good-looking women, but the thing is, I'm not trying to be sexist or stereotyping. But if you're a good-looking woman, the last thing you're going to be is a fighter. Like, please don't take it the wrong way, any ladies.
Do you still watch wrestling or no?
I stopped watching that in like 2017. One of my mates, the robot, shows me stuff from years ago, but I don't. In 2017, I can't remember what specifically happened. I just thought I love MMA now. Fuck this, you know, this is just boring me now. WWE.
It was a mistake for me because like Jeff Hardy was my favorite, and then when I started going to the shows and that, he'd already left.
Yeah.
WWE.
But then he came back in 2017.
Yeah, I stopped watching it. He comes back. All-time favorite though, Jeff Hardy.
Quite a legend. Sometimes some of the shit he pulled off.
Say again.
I said quite a legend. Some of the shit he's. Hold on, George has just put. I've already told you that's just being a. How is me saying I'm comfortable with watching with being a straight person and watching dudes and women fight? You're mental, George. You're mental.
Do you not think it's sad to see like your idols get old?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because they can't do, especially Jeff Hardy. He can't do all the shit he used to do. I mean, he did a lot of drugs. So I mean, does his face still look all right, or does his face look really old? Or
I mean, he looks older, but is he wrestling still or no?
It says he's an American professional wrestler. He's 43. So it says he is not a former. He's currently signed to WWE. So yeah, he's still doing it. I mean, he still looks like a regular guy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, fair play to the lad.
It's like he was born the same year as my dad.
Oh, sick.
So,
oh shit, your dad's only 43. Man.
No, he's 44, but his birthday is May.
That's really cool because obviously most people I know, I mean, most of their parents are like 50 or whatever. One person I know, like their dad's like 7. James is my idol and looks 70. How dare I mean, can you smell
the rock? We went to college and we were 16. I remember looking at you thinking, this guy looks fucking old. No offense, but you had a full beard and you're like 16. I was like, what? I'm 21. I can't even fucking grow a beard still.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I had a mustache. I had a Christian Bale mustache when he was in Batman 1. Batman Begins at 11. So yeah, quite crazy.
You had the proper sideburns as well. Anyway, was at college.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't know how I've got these. I think honestly, I might be the hairiest bloke in the world. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm up there. I'm definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely up there. I mean, I'm sure there's some 50-year-old that's let their hair grow for a billion years. But what's the point of that? It itches loads. What's the point?
You know what though? Without being like too much information, it's literally just here that it's not fucking growing.
Oh, that's gutting. That's really irritating.
Yeah, I know.
He was on Raw the other week. The Rock was, fair enough. I think we can wrap up in a second anyway. I'm going to see if I've got anything else that I need more. I mean, we might as well end it here. One last thing. One final thing that we can hopefully quickly go over. You guys just talking about wrestling. No, Chris, rewind it, lad. There's way more going on. James is actually Bigfoot. I mean, I might be. You never know.
Podcast, to be fair. We spoke about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Chris, seriously, rewind it. I know you're really busy with like training, grappling training, Thai boxing training, having a laugh, whatever. But, watch it when you can, lad, serious. I'm playing Hearts of Iron 4, but watch it when you can. But yeah, final thing, right. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but it'd be interesting to get like a comparison. So you did music in college, right? Remember after level 2, you came back and you were doing music, right? How much more did you actually learn? Like, did you actually learn anything music-wise? Because it seems like whenever anyone does film, music, drama, they learn so much more when they're actually doing the practical thing rather than like the college thing.
So straightforward answer is so basically I didn't learn anything from college.
That is depressing. That is
That's
so
why I
sad.
left, because I was learning it at home, and then I thought, you know what, I want to turn this into a career. So I went to college, and then they were just teaching me what I already know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had like one studio session. I think it was on a Friday, and like we didn't necessarily get to do anything that I want. Not that I wanted to do, because obviously you don't get to do whatever you want. But
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
up to
like,
the teachers, in it.
it wasn't. It was literally just like, for example, we had a trailer, and we muted it, and we had to do all the sounds ourselves. But that's not music. Do you know what I mean? That's just
That's a bit odd, isn't it? That
audio.
just sort of seems like being an errand boy for someone else.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave, and since then, I think personally, that's the best thing I've done, because I think I've learned a lot more.
Yeah, doing shit yourself. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fair play. I mean, obviously, you do need the quality. Sometimes with like film and drama, you sort of need the qualification. But with music, if you make the next Gangnam Style, you can get
You don't need
get
anything.
confused. It doesn't matter about the qualifications. You can have
Yeah.
you can have a U in everything.
Yeah.
You know, who's
It's
laughing
like,
now? You know,
I only done it because I wanted the experience and the knowledge. I wasn't doing it for the qualification, because the only
yeah,
qualification I get out of that is being a fucking a technician, or like being, you know, on stage where like they have them in the background doing all the audio and
yeah.
stuff. That would depress me. That would make me want to die, because I'd be seeing what I wanted to do. I'd just be
Oh,
like, nah, I
at
can't
least
do
you
it.
make good. At least it'd be good money though. At least you'd be, you know.
I mean, it would, but I don't know. I'd
But you'd
rather
be,
take that risk.
yeah. You might be on 45K, but you'd be seeing all these people performing, and you're like, I want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I just want to address this claim, and we talked about James about being a homophobe. I am not a homophobe. I just think, as long as it's consensual, not noncery, not furryism, go for it.
You
That's
can't
what.
be
That's
gay
my
and homophobic, so how can you be a
what it.
homophobe?
No, I am. I'm not. I'm not rooting for the home team. I'm not that way inclined. I would joke. I genuinely would joke and say like, "Oh, I'm gay" or whatever. But like, someone's going to clip that one
Yeah,
bit.
somebody will take it serious.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, you know, someone would take it serious. And the thing is, I remember when George hacked my Twitter account, not my Twitter. He had my Facebook because he made it originally for me. And on the coach back, he said, "What is the Facebook password still the same?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Check your phone." I was like, "No, I'm not checking my phone." And if I checked it there and then, I could have gone ballistic, but I didn't. And then I checked it afterwards, and he'd sent 50 messages to people. I want to shag you. And then he put and then he put on Twitter, I mean on Facebook, something like me saying, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. And then this crazy redneck harassed me. And I said, no, I'm not. And then he got really angry and I blocked him. Mental. This redneck messaged me and I was like, bro, I'm not. But how can you be that stupid to not realise that it's obviously a joke? Why would you put 50 times that? I don't know.
It's like that situation.
James is cancelled.
And I'm not going to say any names, but you know who I want about.
Yeah, I think I know what you're going to refer to.
That made me so uncomfortable.
It's quite scary, really. But the thing is, that was a real person. That isn't some redneck from another country. That is like
a real person that I had to see every day when I was at college, and it made me uncomfortable because that person was always staring at me. I knew in their head exactly what they were fucking thinking.
Yeah. We can't say who it was, Chris. I'll tell you who it was later, though, because you're a trustworthy bloke. Yeah, and George put me that I was with one of our friends as well, which was hilarious, actually, looking back on it. So, yeah, why would that redneck message me if I was already with someone on the... Weird people. But, yeah, the fact that... The thing is, the way, like, obviously, you know, it is really... I mean, the thing is, you said you prefer to know that someone is, you know, feeling like that rather than not. But at the same time, it is a bit scary. But you've got to realise what is X person really going to do?
I mean, if they're trying anything, but like,
yeah.
I remember when I first started, and obviously I didn't know, and he was just we were just talking to each other like as friends, and then like obviously I got to know everybody else, and then he came out with it, and I was just like, right, I'll just feel a bit weird now. Like, not even a dick way, but it was just like the way he was going about it just made me feel weird.
Yeah. If the guy acted like a normal person, you probably would have been like, right, okay, like, you know, that I shouldn't say normal person, but like if the guy acted civil and didn't...
I would have just been all right with it. I would have been like, look, I don't go that way, but...
You know. Yeah, but if you're like staring at people, I don't know, like, not good, is it?
I don't want to say... I know she isn't going to watch, right? But you know, there was 3 girls in it.
Hmm.
Do you remember the small one?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember when-
Oh no!
I remember
Oh
when
no!
Jonathan
Oh.
told me about her as well. And like, it was so awkward because I was sitting in Coombswood and I just kept looking and I felt bad. And then she started to cry because Liam and that lot
Oh no!
were taking the piss.
No, wait, you shouldn't be saying John and Liam. Don't be saying.
Yeah, but they didn't do
Oh.
anything. But
Yeah,
they
true,
were taking
yeah.
the piss out of it, and I was just there like, oh.
And it all exploded, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
But she
crazy
went out,
times,
didn't
man.
She went out of the classroom. I thought I was going to get shit for that, but I didn't do anything. I didn't even.
Yeah,
say
all you did
anything.
was sit there. All you did was just sit there.
There's jokes.
But did you know okay, I'm gonna give we've got to end this soon. But bro, seriously, we should do another one in a few months. This was absolutely fucking sick.
Yeah, it was funny. Man.
But did you know I pushed a midget? Now basically what George did, I've actually got this on video. I'll send it to you. It's hard to see. But basically, George runs after one of our mates who stole his phone, and there's this little midget, and my one mate barges past them, and then they move back, and then he pushed the midget accidentally. It's blatantly an accident. The one person did it on purpose, but he did it by accident. But the accidental push made the midget go flying, which wasn't really that good. They sort of went like that. So
it wasn't even a hard push as well.
Yeah, it wasn't. George didn't mean it at all. George, the amount of people that get cancelled, you need to make disclaimers with all of this stuff. So, we can nicely end there. Oh yeah, have you got any videos coming up on the Deck and Mia channel or?
Oh shit, yeah. I've got four videos so far that I need to edit and upload. I've always got loads ready. You know what I mean? So I'm never behind.
Yeah.
There's still loads more videos coming out for that as well.
Good shit, man. The latest one was so funny when that nutter came up to you and was like, "I don't have connection."
It was so weird. It scared me though. I didn't expect it out of nowhere. Have you got 5G? I was like, what the fuck? Weird.
Oh man. All right, Chris has just put, I've watched for 5 minutes. This is the best episode you've done in a while. Get this man back on here. Midget flew like a bird. Well, Deck, you heard it from the horse's mouth. You've heard it from the. This guy is very picky with podcasts. So for him to say this, high praise.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
It's definitely. I think this one, man. It's definitely up there. It's not really. There's some which I think are. I definitely think this is top 5. I'm not even going to lie. Far better than the first one we did. Yeah. But there are a few which are just a little bit better for certain reasons. But definitely top 10 or top 5, depends.
I feel like we flow off each other a lot better.
Yeah, exactly.
It was good.
Yeah, well, in the previous one, it was just sort of me being like, I was too bothered because obviously you said to me before, I'm like, try and make this one like 50% about me and 50% about you. But the first one, I was trying to make like 95% about you. And I was just like, ask one question, ask next question. But it was still decent fun. But yeah, this one's been like 50 times better.
Well, I'd love to come back on. I'm always up for it.
Yeah, man, sick man. I think next time, because I didn't bring it up, I think next time we should start off with favourite YouTubers and why. That'd be sick.
But if we could get more people on as well.
Yeah. I'll try and ask Aaron if he's game for it as well next time. Yeah, would be sick. But anyway, I guess we can end it there. Check out Deck and Mia. Check out MollyBoy. And
my new album coming soon. There's no release.
The new album.
But I have put it on my Instagram. So.
Yeah. I can join next time. George, no offense. You don't really like the topics we like though. No offense. Aaron does. I'm not being mean, George. I'm not trying to be. Yeah. There's going to be a rage comment. Oh, okay.
On YouTube. Just so people know me.
Let's have a look. Yeah. Good shit. Let's end it there. Check out MollyBoy. Check out Deck and Mia. Like and subscribe, whatever. Actually, I never usually say it, but yeah, I'm hyped. Peace. Have a good one, everyone.
Subscribe. Let's go.
Laters. I'm aiming for 500 subs. I'm aiming for 120 million from now on. Let's go for it. Let's go for it, lads and ladies. I'm aiming for it now. This has convinced me. All right. Well, anyway, peace, everyone. Have a good one.
Peace.